I just wanted to spend a little time with you guys on 5 jokes, 5 toy memes that need to die immediately. Well, these aren't so much because they're corny or whatever, but it's more on how they kind of make you look as a collector. These tend to go around Facebook most of the time. I do see them sometimes on Twitter, but not as much. It's more like Facebook where you see this kind of content. And I just wanted to kind of talk to you about how it may make you come off as when you make these jokes. Do remember that when you're making jokes, jokes are funnier when they're rooted in reality. If jokes are not rooted in reality, then they're not as funny. You've heard the saying, it's funny because it's true. It's just that it hits different when it's something that's based on what's actually happening in your life. The retail service person would say, oh, this would make a great gift for your kids. And you just kind of do that little side eye, like, as if you're a little bit guilty. In the Philippines, at least, and I would say a lot of the parts of Southeast Asia, that's kind of a bald-faced lie. I'm pretty sure that most collectors from those areas would agree with me. Why? Because in toy stores and collector stores, because geek merchandise is a big deal here in the Philippines and Southeast Asia, they know who brings the money, and it's not the children. They know that the collector market is huge. And in fact, I've spoken about this before. In the fifth spot, I would say that joke where sometimes kids get sidelined because they would show respect to adult collectors who would come around and order stuff, but when it's kids they're talking to, they just say, whatever's there is there. But if it's an adult, they would, move heaven and earth to try to get you that figure. So, yeah, that doesn't happen. I don't know if it happens in your area. Let me know. I am very curious. But if it doesn't happen in your area, then you're going to come off as super disingenuous. And everyone who's reading it is just going to go, yeah, this joke is very, I don't know, 80s or 90s. Okay. So the fourth one I wanted to talk about is, I'm going to be having instant noodles for a month because I ordered, Victory Saber or Unicron or something. You want to make sure that you don't sound like you don't have a good relationship with money. Remember that toys are still a luxury and should never overtake any other part of your budget. You do get the one-off haha whatever, but at the same time, at the back of people's heads, they're thinking, oh, this guy doesn't know how to budget. And you don't want to come off as that, unless you do. It's really your call. And number 3, I'm hiding it from my wife. You don't want to be telling people that you're being fake at home and hiding toys from your wife, and that telling her that you won it at a raffle or that you bought it for X amount of dollars. That just paints a not great picture of you. And you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't really need to dwell on that anymore. Now, the next one is a personal pet peeve of mine. I got scammed into buying this thing. Or in Filipino, we have a word for it, budol. But the thing is, no one scammed you into buying anything, right? I mean, you were the one who actively made the decision to buy said toy or collectible. Nobody forced you into it. Nothing happened that was disingenuous to get you to buy that toy. It was all you. You had all the agency in the world, and you should absolutely own up to it. Now, the thing about, in the Philippines, we have that word budol, which is like, you were basically scammed into buying something. I personally don't like that word because it just removes all sense of responsibility from how you make your purchases, and again, you don't want to come off as irresponsible. Now, again, if you, it's just funny because now the shops have leaned into it. Or Amazon equivalent, Shopee and Lazada have started calling their products or deals Boodle deals, but really that word originated from the Boodle gang, which is, you know, a gang of scam artists. So you don't, again, I mean, it's your call, but I'm just saying it makes you look like you don't have a say. You don't want that. Last but not least at all, this is in no particular order, by the way, but I feel like this one would take the top spot if there were a ranking. Removing heads from figures. Guys, I get the funny haha, whatever. You see plastic-free packaging getting slammed on the internet by the heads being removed or whatever, and I could sit here and say, oh, you know, yeah, absolutely, take that picture, remove the head, but just take the picture off. But let's be honest, when people see that, there are a lot of stupid people on the internet, and what they see when they see that people removing like LeBron heads off of Space Jam figures, do you think they return the heads? No. And I think a lot of people have seen headless figures, sometimes of Transformers, Marvel Legends, or whatever. Maybe not Marvel Legends because those are windowless boxes, but you don't want that to permeate across the industry. I mean, I don't know, maybe you do because you want to send a message to Hasbro, but no. let's not do that. Let's not be the assholes that makes that happen, okay? Honestly, I like just a tiny window maybe would help, just so we have like a visual of the package. I don't want completely plastic-free packaging, but yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. So again, when you make jokes, make sure they're kind of rooted in truth, but at the same time, don't make yourself look bad in service of the joke, right? Because you post enough of this and it builds a version of yourself in full view of other people that you might not want them to look at you as. So just saying, it's entirely, of course, your call. This is just advice, unsolicited maybe, but you did click on the video, so here we are. I don't know if that makes it solicited. Just wanted to share that with you guys, okay? And yeah, if you can think of some more toy jokes or memes that need to die, let me know in the comments because I'm very curious what you guys think. And you know, this is entirely my opinion, of course. Entirely my opinion. You can share yours below. I'm completely up for discussion as long as we keep it respectful, okay? Anyway, guys, follow me at x_Paco or _Art of X if you want to see my art of Transformers, Power Rangers, DC, and whatever. Today's been a pretty disappointing day with all the DC news with James Gunn and Henry Cavill and everything. So yeah, if you have thoughts on that, let me know below or on Twitter as well. For now, this has been X from Dex's Toy Universe. Peace out.